This one goes out to all our handy friends, the do-it-yourselfers, the builders, the craftspeople, and anyone thinking, I'm bored, I need a project. Well, let me shed some light on a recent weekend project that quickly became so much more, in a good way. This project was all about taking down an old, recently emptied storage shed and, in its place, building a guest cabin. Up here in cottage country, a guest cabin is affectionately known as a bunkie. From start to finish, the whole project was amazing. And here's my spin on some serious bunkie business. So, the original structure, a 14x8 utility shed, had a front and back entrance and a dividing wall in between. Small side was where I kept the lawnmower and garden tools. The previous owners used the back half for sleeping. It was all pretty sketchy, so I just used it for storage. Remember, I started this project thinking I was going to get rid of that old shed and build a brand new one. First step then is to strip off the exterior board and batten and the interior walls. Let me just say this, every weekend project or bunkie build will be way easier if you have help. Enter my brother-in-law Steve. He's often my partner in crime when it comes to understanding building projects. The first of many aha moments happened when we realized the original shed was actually really well built. The floor was solid and level, the frame level and plumb, the roof beams were perfect. So, since the size was identical to what we were already going to build, next step then was to cut into this existing frame, build and move new openings. Basically, we saved ourselves a ton of time and hard work. We covered the exterior of the bunkie with sheets of plywood cut to size. We left the correct openings for the windows and doors.
Up here, hello everybody. Things are really looking up on the bunkie business. I'm on the roof today. Actually, we're taking off the old shingles. It doesn't need to come off, but there's a reason for it. I'm going to be doing a new treatment on the top of the roof, which is going to make the interior look great.
Although the trusses were solid, I was kind of worried about the crumbling asphalt shingle laid onto pressed particle board.
Okay, so the roof is off of the bunkie for good reason. I want to recover it with this, which is the exterior that was on the original bunkie. I'm thinking if I lay it up there, it'll look fantastic. I may actually be painting it out. Who knows? Lots more decisions to be made, but this bunkie is going to look amazing when it's done.
We took off the old particle board, and then now we took the old cladding, inverted it. Looks too much like a kids camp, and I want this to be a little bit nicer for guests. So I'm painting it out. I'm painting it a beautiful color. Spraying the ceiling with an eggshell semi-gloss called cotton balls, brighten the interior. I called in my roofing friend from town to add new shingles to match the cottage. Took the roofing guys an hour. Excellent.
Okay, I realize it ain't pretty. I haven't shaved in days. I am covered in paint, but looks pretty good up there. The roof looks great. Even better, I am gonna be jumping into that lake in about 2 minutes. I'm gonna go for a swim, then I'm gonna make a couple of classic Weekend at the Cottage delicious recipes for my family who helped today, thankfully. And then, this is nothing. Wait till you see what I'm gonna do with the interior of this.
We called in a pro to add dedicated lights for the beds as well as plugs. After that, I followed by stuffing the insulation between the studs and also adding a vapor barrier. Next, for wall covering, long pine planks. They are 10 inches wide. I put them up horizontally, and although I could have left the pine wall covering as is, instead I went for a pickled pine look. This is easy to accomplish. Take 1 cup of white ceiling paint, mix it thoroughly with 3 cups of water, then just grab a rag, dip it in the water, and spread it evenly across the boards. Beauty. Nice thing about a big project like this is accepting friends' offers for help. It was so easy for me to give brushes and paint out, let others do the exterior trim that matched the exterior of the main cottage, thanks to Dana and Darby.
Well, we're still waiting for the back order of the doors for the boathouse, but windows are going in, so we are making progress. More to come.
Windows went in no problem, but that door, wah wah, back ordered. I sealed the bunkie up for the winter. The following spring, once the weather turned, and with family and friends chomping at the bit for a sleepover, bunkie business continued. The door arrived last week, so it is in place, but I still have to finish the trim here. But overall, good news, the boathouse to be completed 2023. I rented a compressor and hardwood floor gun and then put down a basic tongue and groove pine floor. The planks are 8 inches wide. I sanded them, then added a honey brown stain and applied a soft satin urethane. The gorgeous sheen off my satin finish, which pine is the color of the stain, looks great. The floor now in place, popping off the walls. Here was an all hands on deck moment, literally, when my brothers-in-law, Stuart and Steve, asked, "Hey, how are people going to get up to the door?" With me replying, "I have no idea." These two incredible humans said, "We do." Within hours, they built an elevated deck right to the door of the bunkie. How perfect is that? Okay, sleeping arrangements. In my mind, I need to maximize the space, so 2 sets of bunk beds was always the plan. Why buy pre-made when we can build? Says every DIY enthusiast always. Using an image I saved from a magazine, we built sturdy beds using 2x4s, 2x6s, and thick slats for support. Steve then got other family members to paint the frames while he went fishing. That's the best thing after all. Sure, we work hard, but we still find time to chill and always gather for delicious meals. Okay, so check this out. This is a project in the making. These are all of the badges removed from an old camping poncho thing. And now they're soon going to be sewn onto pillows that are going to go on the 4 bunk beds in the bunkie. But as you can see, it's a great document of all kinds of great places across the world, around the world. So that's what happened. Bunkie business. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little tribute for all of you weekend warriors, lovers of DIY, and build-it-yourself project enthusiasts. Looking back, I'm so proud with the results. Taking that old shed and turning it into a super cozy, extra comfy, easily accessible, beautifully appointed guest cabin is just what this place needed. Yet another spot for family and friends to kick back and enjoy their weekend at the cottage. Of course, it all begs the question, what's next, Nick? Well, just wait. And as always, thanks for watching.